So I'd like to give you another ATM moment right now. And this ATM moment applies to both the world of home shopping as well as to life. And here is your ATM moment or your tip. The world only sees what you let them. And what I mean by that, the world only sees what you reveal to them, what you consciously show. And what I'd like to do now is, and what I will do is, I'm going to explain this through another story, through a situation that happened to me when I was on air. Now, at the network I was working at, we were launching one of the largest china and figurine companies in the world. They come from the United Kingdom. They've been around for over 100 years. They have a stamp on the bottom. I mean, they're like, they are golden and they are royal. Now, expectations were extremely high. Pressure was on. Everybody's going to be watching. And because this was the first time that they were on air at our network, management pulled me in to do the show, to do the launch of this product. The reason they pulled me in is because, number one, I was the best at bringing out the best in a guest, meaning I made them feel comfortable. I helped them with their sales. I knew how to work with the guest and massage them in order to let their true light shine and put their best foot forward. And also, because I was very good at selling. I was #1 show host in terms of my sales. So let's fast forward. I'm sitting on the set, getting ready to start selling, and I meet the guest, and I'm thinking, okay, you know, this is going to be an interesting show because it really didn't start going as I had anticipated. We start selling, we're on air, and it is not going good. At least this is so I think. It is just bad, and it is going from bad to worse. And this is what I think. I'm thinking it's not selling. I'm thinking the guest doesn't like me. And remember what I've told you about thinking. Do not think, because it can only get us into trouble. So I'm up on the set, and I feel like I want to die. I have anxiety all through my stomach. I am so scared being on air because it's just going from bad to worse. I just want to disappear. I want to walk off the set. I want to right then and there apologize to the nation at large. I want to apologize to my guests because I'm thinking this is a disaster. You have to understand, I had the president of the company watching, all my fellow show hosts were watching, management was watching, the buying team was watching, and also the heir to the throne of this company, they were watching as well. The pressure was huge. Remember me talking about Mount Vesuvius? It was on constant perpetual override in my belly. Even talking about it right now. I remember thinking when I was on the set that I would rather be in Siberia on the middle of an ice floe having a root canal than be on that set at that exact moment in time. It's just, so the show ended. I, as quickly as I could, slid off the chair and started to quickly get off the set because at this point in time, I am thinking to myself, I am going to get fired. I will never work in this business again. Everyone is going to hate me. It was a very bad moment. So as I was moving across the set, trying to disappear, all of a sudden I hear the guest call my name in the background, and I stopped. I turned around. I walked back to the guest, and I'm like prepared for the worst. I'm prepared for him to, just prepared for the worst, that it was the worst show on the planet. Doesn't he then say to me, thank you. That was the best show I've ever done. Really? I say to him, and he goes, yeah, that was absolutely amazing. So now I'm thinking to myself, he's obviously just trying to be very nice. So at this moment, I see the buyer running towards me. I'm thinking, okay, day of reckoning. It has now gone from bad, bad, bad to extremely bad, bad, bad. And I expect to see security coming up behind her with my pink slip in hand and ready to escort me out of the building into my car. She comes up to me, gives me a great big hug, shakes the hand of the guest, and says, fantastic. That was the best show that I've ever seen. Your sales were off the chart. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking, how could I be so wrong? How could I be so off base as to what was going on? Surely they could have seen me sweat. Surely they could have seen my nervousness, that I was in complete anxiety and panic and pain mode. They could have seen it in my face and in my body language and how I spoke. Surely they could have seen that. So after we had congratulated everyone and everyone went on their merry way and no security came to escort me out the door, I immediately, zip, exit. Wait, let me do that again. Zip, exit, stage left, as Snagglepuss would say. And for those of you who don't know, where I am dating myself, Snagglepuss is a cartoon character that was a giant panther, a great big boo-boo kitty that would always say, with a little twirl on his lip, exit stage left. But I digress. So I exit stage left. I zipped into the control room. Now at this time it was still on an 8-track. It was an 8, no, not an 8-track. It was a VHS. I pulled the tape out, slid it into the player, and I watched it. Nothing. Even though I was in complete panic and anxiety mode, I did not show it. I suspect that was a natural instinct for me because I was on national television, that I knew I couldn't leave. I knew I had to stay there and complete the show and really stay present and do what I needed to do. But I'll tell you, if that camera wasn't on, I would have gotten up, said, stop tape, we're doing it over, I'm leaving, this is not working. Moral of the lesson is this: the world only sees what you show them. So my point being this, I don't care if you have Mount Vesuvius going off in your stomach. I don't care if you are in complete panic mode. Unless you broadcast it to the nation, unless you tell everybody how you're feeling, nobody will know. So in a way, it's kind of like fake it till you make it. I was up on that set with a smile on my face, talking to my guests, talking to the nation, talking to millions of people, even though I was in complete panic mode on the inside. I didn't show it. And I'm going to say the same thing and ask of the same thing for you. Only show the world, only reveal to the world what you want them to know and what you want them to remember about you.